Hi, my name is Larry and this is my 2000 Coachmen Catalina motorhome. We retired about 6 years ago, decided to full-time, and we wanted full-time in this Class C, so we wanted to make the ride a little bit more comfortable. We started out with adding Koni shocks and then Roadmaster front and rear sway bars. We added a steering stabilizer and then added Sumo Springs, and then added, lastly, the more rides on the rear leaf springs, trying to make the ride a little bit better. Each one did an incremental improvement, but it really didn't look at it holistically. And so we were in Quartzsite, we're walking around, saw the WeldTec booth and introduced ourselves to Jeremy, talked about all the different things that we had done to try to improve the ride and how it really didn't seem to make that much of a difference. And so he mentioned about the upgrades that they do with their lifts. And one thing I always noticed about ours is the rear springs, leaf springs, always have a negative arc to them. So there really wasn't that amount of movement that could actually smooth the ride out. And that's one of the biggest things we had. Right now we can drive it with 2 fingers on the steering wheel with all the improvements we made, but any of the bridge abutments or potholes, or if you go over a speed bump, it's not straight on at a slight angle, or even some of the curbs that you come down off of, it can really make a challenging ride as it rocks the motorhome from side to side, or you hear this banging noise. When you rock it from side to side, the challenge with that is sometimes it can actually almost eject things out of the cabinets as the top end swings so kind of aggressively from side to side. So met Jeremy, talked about the improvements that they do, and I like the fact that they take a holistic approach. Unfortunately, over 6 years, we kind of piecemealed these things together, and we wish we had met Jeremy earlier and WeldTec earlier, because we would have gone through kind of a more holistic approach to the suspension system, not only handling the front, but also handling the rear and looking at the different types of shocks that we could use to try to be a little bit more dampening of some of the sway and that sort of thing. Through all those improvements, even though each one wasn't that expensive, each one usually ran about $1,000 or so, we ended up going to different locations to have to get that work done. And so it could easily probably total $5,000 or $6,000 over 6 years trying to get the improvements that we wanted to out of what we're going to get from WeldTec. The great thing is Class Cs are relatively inexpensive, a bit easier to maintain, and if you're able to do these suspension upgrades and get a great ride out of it also, it just makes it better for families and for other people who want to RV and get a great ride at a reasonable cost. We'll catch you in a couple days when this RV is finished with the install, and we are so excited to go for that test ride.
Let me know what you think right now. What are your thoughts like seeing it for the first time right now, lifted?
Absolutely awesome. We love the look of it. We're gonna, we for 3 years we went ahead and tried to affect the steering and the handling of it, and we did 6 different changes to it. I mean, we did everything from shocks to steering stabilizer to front and rear sway bars. We did Sumo Springs, the more ride, and even had them put special cams to adjust the alignment so it would drive better. And we had improvements, but it was only little incremental improvements. With this kit, we're expecting to see a magnitude of difference instead of just little differences at a time. So what I say is, learn from Larry, don't be a Larry, come to WeldTec, do it once, do it right. And all I need to say also is, Jeremy, where you been all my life?
That's right. So here it is. Your kit's completely done. You got your larger coil spring right here, your beautiful Fox shocks in all 4 corners, the extended radius arm, and of course in the back, for better articulation and a better ride quality in the back, we have your progressive leaf spring, which makes all the difference right there. You can see how many leaves are in that.
And previously, the leaf springs actually had a negative arc to them, so there was no way
they were frowning.
There was no way that they were going to be able to absorb that, the bounces and bumps of the road, and even with more ride, to try to, put something on the rear hanger to maybe get a little bit more movement out of them. Like I said, it was all incremental improvements, and this was a magnitude of
And now your springs are nice and happy, they're smiling. So I'm going to take you on a little test drive route. I'm going to have you drive it. We're going to go on some bumps and dips. It's going to be fun. I'm going to follow you inside right now. All right, guys, are we ready? We didn't get your name on video yet.
Oh, I'm Deborah.
This is co-pilot right here, huh? Now, are you going to drive this a little bit?
Mostly he drives it. I do the navigating.
Now I think you're going to want to drive it.
There you go.
I think you're going to feel more comfortable driving it. And you guys are gonna be ready for this trip to see the gray whale migrations down in Baja. It's gonna be incredible.
You got it.
All right, so here we go, coming right out of the cul-de-sac here. This is gonna be your first little introduction to how this thing's gonna feel.
Unbelievable. We would have to take that inch across it, and if we didn't take it straight on, we would have had the camper going from side to side.
So I'll encourage you to take this turn maybe 5 miles faster than you normally would, you know?
Okay.
Be safe, but you'll notice you'll have a lot more control. Here we go, right here's the left.
Okay, here we go.
Yep, see?
Well,
nice little emergency
thing,
left.
Wow.
Nice little dip right here, and we'll keep going straight.
That is unbelievable. Whew. It doesn't feel like I'm driving a motorhome. This feels like I'm driving maybe a pickup truck.
That's right. So after the silver car here, we're gonna make a right into this driveway here.
And normally on a driveway like this, I would have to line up and try to get it in as straight as I can. So I'm going to take it at an angle.
There we go. Yeah, you're gonna have more fun with this.
Oh my God. That's nothing. That's absolutely nothing.
So past this bush right here, or the white cars, we'll make a left up there.
Okay.
Yeah, so keep going straight.
Make a left here.
Yeah, make a left here, so we can go over some little dips here. And how are you feeling back there?
Oh, this is phenomenal.
So you see there's some pothole up here, some
Yep,
dips
yep.
up here.
Actually. Oh, there was no way you could have do that before and have it stop like that.
Yeah, we'll make a left here,
Yep.
go over these little dips.
I mean, I would have avoided that entirely. There's no way I would have driven through that. Absolutely no way.
Yeah, especially because you really like to take care of your things, right?
Yes, absolutely.
You don't want any scratches on this baby, huh?
No.
Yeah, we can just go ahead and make a left here.
Okay.
Now as we go down the straightaway, I want you to kind of imagine like, okay, there's a squirrel in the road. Like take a little, you gotta make a little turn. You gotta make a little detour.
Got it.
You want to avoid hitting something. See how that feels. There you go. There you go. That's right. That was pretty good. So you see the return to center is a lot better.
Absolutely. I think with the previous shocks, what would happen is they would absorb or dampen on the down, but they didn't have anything on the return, and it would just swing right on over. And this is like totally dampened in both directions.
See some smiles back there.
Yeah,
Much softer
in the sunshine.
ride. Much softer
absolutely.
ride.
I tell you what I like too is the fact that when you're going, I used to have to really slow down for these in traffic and make sure I had plenty of space, and you don't have to do that now because you just don't have to slow down. I mean, you have to slow down to some degree to make the turn, but not like, before it was like barely rolling over those.
Okay, so just wait till we take this entrance back in.
Yes.
Because that was a bugger on the way in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. When we came in here, the first time it was like, oh my God.
Yeah. Here we go.
Yep.
Piece of cake.
Yeah. Very, very nice.
And here we are.
I think the thing that really stuns me is you would think to get better handling and performance that it would have to sit lower, and that sitting up higher that you would get more movement and it wouldn't ride as well. But it's just absolutely opposite from what you would think intuitively. I tell you, I just want to say, Jeremy, he definitely has a special sauce. He's got it, and he's got it dialed in. I just never thought that we could get handling of this type of performance out of this motorhome. And we tried for years with 6 different things, and it's just phenomenal.
Heck yeah. Well, thanks a lot. We really appreciate your business, and I wish you well on your amazing journey down to Baja to see the gray whale migrations. That's going to be amazing.
Absolutely. I tell you, it's I can't wait to take some pictures and send them to our daughters and say, hey, we got a 4-inch lift on our motorhome.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what it's all about, and also making beautiful experiences and memories for your life.
That's it. We adventure travel, and this is just going to add more to the adventure.
That's right. All right. Thanks a lot, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Awesome.